Hello everyone, good morning. Can you confirm audible or no? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So where we stopped in the last session. Last session we discussed about dictionary methods, right? We discussed about some of the dictionary methods. Okay, tell me some dictionary methods. Tell me some dictionary methods. Okay, let me open our space folder. Not right. Yeah, let's go to the dictionary. Start. This is the one. No? Yeah. So yesterday, how many methods we discussed? Study how many methods we discussed. Let me check the methods. How many methods we discussed? Clear method completed, right? Why we go for clear? Why we go for clear? In your dictionary, there has multiple properties or there. Properties is nothing but key value pairs. Just if you want to clear all the key value pairs, still the reference existed. If you want to remove all the properties, then you can go with what? Clear. What about copy? What about copy? Copy method. Hmm? Anyone?
It
Copy.
creates a new space with same content.
Okay. Can you say like a okay to create a cloned one? To create a cloned member? Yes or no? Okay. That means it creates a new space with the same content or not. What about from keys? What about from keys? Okay. From keys.
All the keys have same values at the time we can use this one.
If multiple keys having the same value, okay, then that time can you go with this from keys? Go with the from keys. Yes or no? From keys maximum take two parameters. Then you can go with this dict dot. Then you can go with this dict dot. Okay, you not required any reference. For example, I have a dictionary. Okay, how you can create a dictionary? Okay, like this. I have a dictionary. My name such. This is my dictionary. Okay, now you can write val dot keys, okay, from keys of n1 comma n2 comma 200. Okay, you can write like this. The output is what? Okay, n1 is not defined, expected only, right? n2 is not defined. Now you can see the output like this. Now see, val is a variable name Sachin. Is this val anywhere did you use? This val name Sachin anywhere did you use in your operation? Did you use anywhere? No, right? You not used anywhere. You not used anywhere. Now, if it is not used anywhere, at the same time, this operation not affect anything, then the time, then why we need this val? If you use, then the time, yes, val is required. If you keep something inside the val is required. But this value not used at the same time, this value not used at the same time, this particular value not updated also, then why I need this value? In this scenario, just go with your predefined variable like dictor. So it returns me what from this? It returns me a one more dictionary is going to return. One more dictionary is going to return. Okay. What about get? What about get? What about get? Hmm? What about get? Returns me a specific value. Okay. That means it returns me the value of a specific key or not. Now, for example, I have this is the value. This is the value. Okay, how we can write it? Val dot get of what name. If I write like this, now we can get the such val dot get of runs. If I write like this, now we can see runs not there. Get to take how many parameters? Val dot get to take how many parameters? If you observe key and default value or not. Key and default value. Okay, key and default value. What is the key? Your wish. What is the default value? 20,000. When this default value will work, you are trying to take runs, but actually my val not having the runs. Actually, my val not having the runs. In this case, instead of giving like empty value, you can set the default value. If it is not there, this is the default value. Like that, you can set it. Get looking for this key. If there, it is going to returns me that value. If it is not there, it is looking for the default value. Default value also not there, it is like an empty. If the default value is there, it gives me the default value or not. Understood? Okay, next one is what? Items. Why we go for items? So, items is nothing but inside this particular dictionary, how many key value pairs are there? Each and every key value pair, one key value pair treated like one item. One key value pair treated like one item. Now tell me how we can. One key value pair treated like one item. So all items, if you want, val dot items. Val dot items. Now see, it returns me inbuilt. Okay, inside this one list is there, but it is not directly a list. Inside this list, the key value pair in which format it is showing. In which format it is showing? It is like a, it is showing like what? It returns the key value pairs in the tuple, right? In the tuple format or not. If you have in your hand one iterable object is there, you can convert that iterable object into either list or set or whatever it is. So can I convert this one into list? Now you can get a list of items like this. Can you convert this one into set? Now you can get the set of tuples or not. If you convert this one, the tuple of tuples you can see here or not. Tuple of tuples you can see here. Okay, if you have an iterable, if you have an iterable member in your hand, if you have a iterable member in your hand, You can convert that one into either list to set to tuple like this. Now, this is Sachin. String is like a iterable member or not? String is like an iterable member or not? String also the iterable member only. String also the iterable member only. Understood? Okay, if you want to get all the key value pairs, you can get the key value pairs using items. Okay, what is the next one? Keys. Keys. In your dictionary, how many members, that means how many items or how many properties are there? How we can come to know? In your dictionary, how many properties are there? How we can come to know? Or how many items are there? How we can come to know? Based on the length, right? Val dot keys. Val dot keys. Now see, it gives me a list of keys. If you want to find the length, okay, if you want to find the length, now can I write like this? How many keys are there? You can get it. If you want to print the keys only, list val dot keys. List val dot keys. Now if you come here, it is like this. It is like this. Reader one. Okay. Okay. The next one. These things we not discussed yesterday, right? Okay, let's go with the pop. What is this pop? Let's take dictionary first. Some members. Okay, this is my data. Now let's talk about the pop. Data dot pop. Data dot pop. Take how many parameters? Take how many parameters? Expected at least one argument. That means at most how many you can check it. At least how many? Pop expected at most two arguments but got three. Okay. So pop takes like maximum two arguments or not. Pop take maximum two arguments. Okay, what is my first argument? Come on, what is my first argument? What is my first argument? If I add like, I don't know, just I add like 10. Then what happens? Okay, it's like a key error. Key error is nothing but if the key is not there, you can get the key error. Okay. Now, for example, if I write like, okay, runs. If I write like runs. Now, can I end? Okay. Now, can I check the data? Now, what happens? Okay, pop is not remove or something the lost entry, lost item. Okay, pop returns me what? Pop removes the entry or item. Okay, with the key what you specified or not. It removes, okay, it remove that particular entry, particular item. Okay, here the keys are like unique, right? That's the reason that item key you can give it. Whenever you run the pop with some key or execute the pop with some key, it returns me what? It returns me what? What it returns? Come on, it returns me what? Pop returns me what? Which key you removed, that particular key value it returned or not. If you want, you can use it, otherwise leave it. If you want, you can use it. Otherwise, leave it. Which key you are removing, that means which entry you are removing, that entry value it returned or not. That entry value it returned or not. Yes or no? You agree with me? That entry value it returned or not. Okay, data dot pop runs. Now the same thing if I execute, then what happened? The same thing if I execute, then what happened? It gives me the key error. If you don't want this key error, okay, for example, the second argument also there, na, some value I specified. Then what happens? See, then what happens? See, it is not through any error. It returns me the default value or not. See, first time my data has three items. Data.pop runs already there. If it is there, then the time it removed that entry, it removed that item and returns me the item value or not. It removed that item and returns me the item value or not. Okay. Now, if you observe the data, there has two items out there. Okay, done. Now, if I execute the same again, now runs not there. Okay, now it gives me the key error. Okay, runs not there, it gives me the key error. If runs not there also, if you don't want to get any error, then that time you can set the default value for that. Whenever you set the default value, what happened, it is treated like my runs with 10 is like one entry. And it is going to remove that entry and gives me the value like 10 back. That is the one. Agreed with me? All are okay? All are agreed so far? So far good? Okay, what is the next one? The next one is what? Okay, why we go for pop? Pop is used for remove a specific item or not. Remove the specific item from the dictionary. Then you can go with the pop. What is the next one? Pop item. Pop item. Why we go for pop item? It's take how many parameters? Check. Now I have one dictionary. This is my dictionary. No data. Pop item. Did you observe one thing? In Python, any member you can take it. Other programming languages, that member name can be most of the times camel case. But in Python, all are like lowercase only. Lowercase only. Okay, it is also a method. Take how many parameters, just you can put some random. Now if you come here, pop item take no arguments or not. Pop item take no arguments. So that you can remove this. Now, if you come here, okay, see my data. See my data. So, talk something about the pop item. Pop item always returns me, okay, removes a lost item and returns the same item in the tuple format or not. In the tuple, the first one is like a key and the second value is like what? Value or not. Understood? Pop item. Pop specific item you can remove it by passing the key. But pop item always removes the last entry. Always removes the last entry. Here the last entry is what? Location Mumbai. So that it is removed. Now my data is like what? Name Sachin. So, okay, now n1 is like 10, n2 is like 20. The next n3 is like 30. The next one n4 is like 40. Okay, this is my data. Now see my data. Okay, done. Data dot pop item. Data dot pop item. Now come here. Why the last entry gets deleted or not? Okay, data dot pop item. The last entry gets deleted or not. Agreed? All are okay? Okay, now it is always remove the last one. So can we go to the next one? Okay, the next one is what? Set to default. So what is the set default? Check it. This is my data. Data dot set default. What is the type of this? So take how many parameters. By seeing this one, you can tell. Okay, the parameters are like this. Okay. Can anyone tell me this is which kind of argument? There has multiple types out there in the arguments. One is like positional arguments. Another one is like keyword arguments. Another one is like default arguments. Another one is like variable length arguments. And another one is like, come on, which one? Keyword variable length arguments also. This is which type? You're passing the data. Okay. Default is like none. Whenever it is like defined, if you write like default is like none, it is like a default value is like none. While calling, if you pass some value in the key value page, that is like a keyword arguments. While defining, if you set like this, see, df f1, okay, if I write like n1 comma n2, okay, print n1 comma n2, for example. If I write like this, now it's a definition. If you pass like 10, if you pass like 20, at the time of defining whatever you mention, those are like a default parameters. If I call like this, in this case it's not through any error, it gives me 10, 20. But while calling, if you pass like this, n1 equals to something like this, then that time, then that time, okay, these values I can say like a, these variables I can say like a keyword, okay, keyword arguments or not. These arguments I can say like a keyword arguments. Yes, no. These arguments I can say like a keyword arguments. Got my point? Agreed? The difference between keyword and default. Okay, now set default. Why? What is the purpose of this one? Set default, maximum take two parameters. By seeing this one, you can understand. Set default, take a set default expected at least one argument, got zero. Okay, at least one argument got zero. Another one is like default, the value is like none. Okay, now if I write like n1, what happened? N1 is not defined. If I write like this is the key now. Okay, it is something like this. Data, data. Is there any value? Any changes happened? There is nothing is happened. That's okay, fine. Data dot, data dot. By seeing this, you only tell default 10. There or not there are? There or not there are? not there. If you come to the data, now see, if the this is like a key, if the key is not there, it is going to add that key, it is going to add that key, and the default value set like what? None or not. Yes or no? Agreed. Now data dot set the default, okay, n2, okay, if I write like this, it returns me that value, but if you observe this data, it is not change anything. Okay, now if I put some value 20,000 like this, 2,000, if you come here, is there any changes happen? No. Now what you can understand, it returns me the specific key value. It returns me the specific key value, like what? Get only. But the difference is what? If the key does not existed, if the key is not existed, okay, it is going to enter or insert that key or not. It is going to insert that key with what? The specific value is none. If you want to specify your word, then that's also okay. Set default n4. There or not there? Not there. Okay, or n3. There or not there? Not there. With which value you want me to insert? If it is not there, okay, it is going to insert that particular value and return that value or not. N1 10, N2 20, and N3 30. Yes or no? Okay. Hello, okay. Clear, okay. Okay, it is also returns me the value of that particular key, but the difference is what? Okay, data dot get of, okay, n5, n5, data dot get of n5. Okay, it is not there. Now n5 comma 3000. Then what happened? Okay, now see my data. Okay, see my data. See, that N5 is not inserted. That N5 is not inserted. But set default, what happened? Instead of this one, if I put like set default, now see this. Now the data N5 inserted or not. That is only the difference between get and set default. Insert that key. If the key not there, it insert that key with the specified value. If you not specified, the default value is like none. It is inserted or not. Agreed? All okay? Hmm. Are okay or not? What is the next one? Bit of PKR, right? Yes. Update. Okay, now my data is this one. My data is this one. Data dot update, which take how many parameters? Which take how many parameters? Update expect at most one argument. At most one argument. So this is my tag. Int object is not a trouble. Int object is not a trouble. That means I can understand this should not be normal variable. It should be a trouble object or not. Is to set a trouble like that. If I put like 10 comma 20, is that like iterable, right? I added like tuple. I add like cannot convert dictionary update sequence. Okay, it is not type mismatching kind of error. Now, if I write something like this, okay, now I added like a set 10 comma 20. Is that like iterable object? So that I am using like iterable object, same error. Okay, now if I write something like this, n1 10, something like this, I added list, same error, we can get it. So one more iterable object is what? One more iterable object is what? Come on, one more iterable object is what? Dictionary. So that if I put like this, dictionary, if I put like this, N6 is not defined, that's okay. Now, N6 like this. If I run this, there is no error, nothing. Now, if you come to the data, okay, now that one is like what? He added, updated here or not. Now, the same thing, if I take it, okay, now see my data in a single statement, you are able to update n1 value with what? Okay, already key is there. So that my operation is what? Update operation. My n6 value also what? 600 or not? 600 or not? Now I'm going to add my n6 is like 0, n1 is like 0, my 10 is like 0, and my n7 is like 0, is like 0. My n7 is like 0, n7. Now what happens? Now if you check this data, now see n1 0, n2 20, 10 already there, update with 0, n3 30, n5 this one. Okay, the next one is like what? Okay, n1 1, n1 no, I didn't change anything. N6, okay, 0, update with 0. N7 is not there. If it is not there, it is like inserted. If it is already there, it is going to update or not. Yes or no? If you want to update the dictionary, a single entry or multiple entries, single item or multiple items, can I use this? Update. So update a iterable object only, but the iterable object should match with what? Your actual dictionary, so that the iterable object should be like a dictionary. Otherwise, if you pass any other iterable object like string, list, set, tuple, it gives me an error or not. Agreed? One. Okay, the last one is what? Values. Okay, data dot values. Data dot values. Now, this is also which type? Method. Now, all the values, all the values. Okay, here, keys you can get it. Keys, only keys. Items you can get it is nothing but all the entries, key value pairs. Only values you want, then that time you can go with the values or not. So, which format? Which format? This is in which format? Okay, internally it's like list only. Okay, it is like iterable object, just you can convert into list. So all the values you can get it or not. You can get all the keys, you can get all the values, you can get all the items or not. Agreed? Okay, everyone. Okay, tomorrow we can see remaining string methods. I asked you to complete string methods. There has multiple string methods are there. Okay, we'll see the string method. Okay. Okay, then we'll continue with things in tomorrow session. Okay, we'll continue with things in the next session. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for joining.